And welcome out to Pop Keeney Stadium in beautiful metropolitan Bothell, Washington. Amp Harrell here with you as we are, I believe, set to honor America before this Woodenville Glacier Peak football game. And it is Salute to Armed Services night for this non-league matchup, KingCo versus Westco. And this is promising to be a fantastic matchup. 2-0 versus 2-0. One team is going to leave perfect. The other is going to have their first blemish on the record. I believe we need to step aside for an early break here for the national anthem. Football time in Bothell when we return on STSPN.
The Woodinville High School Band, under the direction of Lauren Tyson, will perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And back here to Pop Keeney Stadium, Amp Harrell here with you on STSPN. It is a huge Thursday night football matchup. Week 3, Glacier Peak ranked number 8 in the state, or at least in their classification. Woodenville basically ranked 15th. In the also receiving votes category. Couple of 2-0 teams. They squeaked one out in week 1. They blew the other team out in week 2, and now we get to see who is the contender and who is, maybe not the pretender, but who is, well, with things to work on. As you watch at home and around the world, Woodenville in the home green on green on green, and honoring America with American flag numbers. I can honestly say I have never seen that before in about 20 years behind the headset. Never seen the American flag numbers, but we'll certainly have to deal with them tonight. I do love honoring America. I also love being able to tell who made the play.
That is right. And we got to tell everybody that be patient with us because we are using our mobile setup, and things aren't always, you only get a couple hours to set up, where we're at our home stadium, we're all pre-wired, we're pre-ready to go. So if you see something go sideways, just bear with us, stay with it, and it'll come right back.
Just hang on tight.
Yeah, that's right.
Coach Steve Hanna joining us shortly as well. And this is our first game of 2 this week. Edmonds Woodway at our home barn, Snohomish High, Veterans Memorial Stadium. And I am looking forward to being on the call for that one as well. The Panthers, future's always bright for the Snohomish Panthers. GP with it teed up at the 40, and we are underway. Woodenville left to right on your non-radio dial. Out to the 15, the 20, and a solid return surging out across the 25 as the Falcons will be in business. Both of these teams follow a very similar script. Run to set up the pass, pass to set up the run. It's very much like Maction. If you're used to watching off-night college football, it's a lot of verticals, a lot of 2x2, 1x2. You're not going to see a ton of power sets from either of these squads. Woodenville with 1x3, trips to the right as the GP fans getting loud in front of us. Dump off complete. I believe that was to Max Finney, 6'1", 180 and a senior. And that'll be a first down. First play out of the chute, and Woodenville establishing themselves. For those who may not be as familiar with Pop Keeney Stadium, it's the home field for 4 teams in this Bothell East Side area. Shotgun, sidecar right. McGinch back to the left. Snap and a play fake. Rolling out under some pressure and throws that one in the area of his tight end. That was a heads-up play to avoid the sack or the intentional grounding. Great defensive play there, 56. That's Jackson Murphy for Glacier Peak, bringing the heat. I think Jacob Erickson also in on that pressure. Second down and 10. Ball rests on their own 40. Trip set near side, dumped it off. That's a screen. Blown up! What a play! Blowing the gap. Jaden Claps with a stop. Gain of about 2.5. But Clapp would not be denied. Took on 2 blockers and said, no, I've got a date with the guy catching the ball. 1 minute in from Pop Keeney. No score. Woodenville on their first drive. 3rd and 8. Hash mark right. Sidecar left. 2x1 and whistles. I think we have a timeout. And it's a Glacier Peak timeout, and Coach Keck is not happy. We need to step aside for a break to thank our sponsors. We will do that. No score, Woodinville and Glacier Peak on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
And back here with a key 3rd and 8 on the opening drive. Glacier Peak defense digging in against the Woodinville Falcons. 10:48 to go. 3rd down and 8 from the 42. Shotgun, 2x1. Straight drop, looks, dumps that one off, and it is caught. I think that's Max again, Finney, but he is short of the yard to gain. 4th down and about 3. And it certainly looks like Woodinville's going to go for it here. Theo Grothin, Studley quarterback for the Falcons. No fear. 2x1 set for the Falcons. 5-man front. Grizzlies looking to blitz. Low snap. It's a quick kick. And that is a smart play by the Falcons, and it will pin Glacier Peak back inside the 20 to about the 16. They will wave their hands over the ball and down it at the 15. Did not expect to see a quick kick tonight. That was not in the scouting report.
Yeah, I thought for sure. I was looking right at them. I said, they're going to pick up those 3 yards. But, you know, if they didn't get them, it would have hurt. It would have taken the wind out of their sails a little bit.
Decent momentum, got a first down, and then the air went out of the tires. Glacier Peak setting it up. Cox and Troxel, Guerrero, and Erickson up front. River Lean, the quarterback. Snap and a give. We're going to see a lot of this for Glacier Peak, crashing off right end. It is Trey Lechner getting the nod at running back. Lechner, a running back from Snohomish last year, the transfer, and he played wide receiver quite a bit in the first 2 weeks. Picks up about a yard, makes it 2nd and 9. 9:43 in the clock runs first quarter, no score. Snap and a give. Bang! What a collision, and fighting across the 20. That was Lechner again. 6'2", 210, a junior. And a bruising, punishing run. Duffy, Jarvis, and Featon up front for the Falcons. Easy for me to say. Wide set, 2-by-1 with a tight end or a gench back to the left. Snap, give, nice big hole out to the 26-yard line, and that's a first down for Glacier Peak.
That looks like Glacier Peak wants to kind of do. They want to be able to muscle a little bit and show their dominance up front of the line.
They do love to run the football, although the passing stats with River Lean pretty solid as well. Sub into the game, Ryan King will come in, listed as a running back. I did not see him go into that pistol set behind River. Gench back right. Snap. Give. Little hesitation draw, and he'll bang right guard and get about 3. 8:35 and the clock runs first quarter, I should say, from Pop Keeney. Ivory KO on the stop. They'll stay in the pistol on 2nd and 7. Quick snap. Give right side. Nice big hole for King, and he will bang it ahead for a first down out to about the 40-yard line. Bend, but that time the defense broke. Big plays, the name of the game at this level of football in the Evergreen State.
Well, he's a pretty big boy to stop, too.
He is 6 foot even and $1.90, maybe a cheeseburger. 2-by-1, snap and a give. Nice little misdirection, and he keeps his feet moving and turns a 2-yard loss into a 2-yard gain. Ryan King, just a junior. He also plays safety on defense. Don't often have a lot of defensive back running backs. King will check out. Back in is Lechner. Also back out there, Jaden Claps. Claps can straight up fly. Ashton Olsen, receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side for the Grizz. Snap and a give. Lechner off the end. Looks like the defense is a little too fast for their own good as he gets it into positive territory and gets another first down. Lechner. Tackle made by a fine, upstanding citizen for the Falcons, because I'm not guessing with those numbers.
I think they carried him across the first down when they went to tackle him there.
Yeah, they didn't even have to stalk block on the edge. The defender overran it. High snap, play fake. Lean rolls to his right. Rolling. Pumps, and he's going to have to take it himself. Good blocking downfield, and he gets about 3.5, maybe 4.
Well, that's better than throwing it away.
Indeed. Lives to fight another day and gets positive yardage as a result. Actually, they gave him about 5. Second down and call it a short 5, long 4.
I think Woodenville was looking for that pass. They said, there's all these runs. They're going to pass at some point.
2-by-1 with a gench back left. Throwback near side. It was supposed to be a screen. That one just about blew up, but somehow Claps keeps his feet moving along the sideline, and it will bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
Wow, he had to come way back for that. That was 2 yards. He had to go backwards.
And Olsen just laid the wood to a Falcons defender. Stoppage of play here. Looks like somebody lost some gear. 6:30 and the clock is stopped first quarter. Thank you to Jack Fullerton for dropping that one off. Cash Sanders, Nick Owens, Ryan Bowles out there on defense for the Falcons. 6:26 in the clock run. Snapping to give Lechner. Big hole up the middle. And he is out across the 30 to near the 25-yard line. Another first down for the Grizzlies as they are just trying to rip this first quarter open, though it's still scoreless.
Yeah, look at how many minutes of possession. It's a lot. They're turning them out quick.
Snap, give. Lechner hit quickly. He'll surge forward. Progress was slowed there by Adam Duffy, but more positive yardage and more grinding on the ground. Lechner will come off for Ryan King again. It's early, but this seems to be a solid script for the Grizzlies. Receiver to the near side, Ashton Olsen. Big fella Austin Emmons on the end. Snap from the pistol, play fake, looking up top, has a man, end zone, caught, touchdown! Ashton Olsen and the Grizz are on the board. Outstanding play. What is that, about 25 yards to the back of the end zone?
Wow, that is just right on the money.
From that pistol set, they can do a lot of things, but when you've got a quarterback as talented as River Lean, he just did the play fake, set his feet, pumped once, and it was an all-you-can-eat buffet on the passing tree. On for point is Sam McAfee. 5:58 to go in the first. Snap, set, kick on the way, and the kick is good. Your new score, Glacier Peak 7, Woodenville nothing, just under 6 to play in the first on STSPN.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
And back here to Pop Keeney. Amp Harrell here with you on STSPN as Glacier Peak just imposed their will on the Woodinville Falcons here on the Falcons' home field. Woodenville got a first down early. Drive stalled shy of midfield. And Glacier Peak got the ball at about the 15 and drove 85 yards to pay dirt, mashing and grinding the whole way. See what the Falcons can do here with their second possession, trailing 7-0. VP sends this one 3 yards deep and then bouncing out of the end zone and over the little half wall. I would dare say that young Sam McAfee, the senior, he's getting some looks from somebody.
Absolutely. And Lechner, I think he's already got, I think he might already be committed.
That was one part that I did not research prior to this game, and I apologize for that. But either way, we are underway and moving right along, under 6 to play. Falcons, snap and a delay handoff inside. Not a whole lot there for the talented tailback. As we welcome in the third member of our broadcast crew, Coach Steve Hanna. Welcome to these proceedings, sir.
How exciting is this?
It is pretty solid and pretty exciting, but Glacier Peak just mashed up front. 1 yard gain for the Woodinville Falcons. If I call them Fayetteville, that's the only other high school team I've encountered in my years that's the Falcons.
Oh, is that right?
Back in Tennessee. Motion the tight end to the near side now. Left to right they go. Shotgun and clapping his hands. Sidecar right, play fake, pumping, pressure in his face and just going to take off. And that actually paid off out across the 30-yard line for the quarterback, Theo Grothin.
It's so hard for the defense. When a running quarterback can take a snap, there's nothing there. Glacier Peak plays it perfect, and the quarterback still gets 10 yards on the ground.
I mean, he was seeing live fire. A dude just flew across his face. He was like, nope, not it. I believe that's Isaac Featon out to the near side. Motion comes across to the far side of the formation. 5 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0 GP. Snap and a give left side, nothing there. Got about a yard, maybe two.
Great pursuit by Glacier Peak's defense. These teams are good size football teams. I mean, you look at these guys and you're like, these guys look like contenders for where we're all trying to go.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, these are not small individuals or small numbers. I believe I saw Adam Troxel up there, 6 foot 235, and Baxter Cox, 6'3", 270.
Good heavens.
1 by 2, 2nd and 9. Snap and a give. Hesitation there, crossing the 35 and now to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, really typical Woodenville offense right there. They got that sniffer back. They got that little hiding fullback in there in that C gap, and they love to run right behind it. You can see Coach Keck out there on the sideline walking on the field. He's going to get in trouble if he's not careful.
Backing up.
But he's trying to tell him, we've been working on this all week, you guys.
Yeah.
Grothin, sidecar left, 3rd down and 3. Another critical spot for this Falcon offense. Low snap, but he gets it away. A high pass is caught, and that should be enough for the first down. Ryan Bowles, maybe? Ryan Bowles or Jack Shockett.
In Glacier Peak, they brought pressure that time. They were not going to give up those 3 yards, that little out route, and the throw had to be right on the money. And unfortunately for the Grizzlies, it was.
Grizzlies have played bend but not break on defense. Didn't work as well for the Falcons as they trail 7-0. 3:20 and the clock runs, first quarter. 2 receivers all alone to the near side. Hesitation and a draw left side, banging his way ahead to the 50.
Yeah, they're finding little creases on this particular drive. I missed the first one, but Woodenville's finding little gaps in that defense, and they're exploiting it.
Henry Nichols, 5'7", $180. He is the workhorse back for this Woodinville Falcon offense.
Well, he's fast, too.
He's a quick, shifty little guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Max Finney to the near side. Isaac Featon alongside. Single receiver to the far side. Flip the tight end to the left. Watch the draw that way. Snap, give, there it is. Big hole, bang, some contact down the field. Across the 40, he got the first down, but the ball came out. Are they going to say he was down?
Oh, boy, that was close. I don't know.
I'm slowing that one down.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but that's the exact play we had talked about previous, where, you know, Woodenville puts that fullback in that gap and goes straight behind him, and they are finding.
I don't know, man. That
was tough.
Pretty close.
Looks like it's out on the replay.
It was coming out as he was going down on his back, I think.
That's correct.
No replay review in Westco. Snap and a give off the near side. Different running back this time to give him a breather, and a gain of about 3.
And that's the first time I've seen Woodenville trying to get outside on the Grizzly defense. Not a bad job by the corner coming up to fill and set that edge. Little bit better pursuit we're hoping for the Grizzly linebackers.
I hope it's showing better at home than it is up here with my my high prescription. I cannot tell the difference in these numbers.
Oh, with the United States number jerseys on, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
But a good run.
If you get names wrong, I'm sure that the fans out there will give you a break.
Here's hoping. 2nd down and 6, plus territory for the Falcons. Motion to the far side. Snap and a straight drop. Looking, dumps it off for the screen near side. The screen door collapses. In on the stop, Adam Troxel among others. Thump.
That is played as well as it can be played by a defensive lineman. He felt the screen. He did not chase the quarterback. He turned and ran to where the screen was set up, and he makes the play.
Jacob Erickson stuck his nose in there as well. 6 foot 210 and a senior.
God, I'd love to have those 6 foot 210 guys around that can run.
I'm on one side or the other of both of those numbers. Under a minute to play. First quarter, 7-0. Woodinville trails, but looking for pay dirt. 3rd and 8. Play fake. Oh no, it's the delayed inside handoff. And good news, bad news. Grayson LaFleur says, I'll take that. Puts him down for a loss. And it's going to be 4th down in possibly 4-down territory, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's too far for a field goal here, and a punt may not get you much, but at 4th and 12, this will be an interesting decision by Coach Maxwell. Looks like he's going for it right now.
Well, last time he looked like he was going for it as well on 4th and medium and quick kicked it.
Little pooch punt from the quarterback.
Never more than a pooch punt away. That's a slogan from back home. 3 receivers to the far side. Shotgun sidecar left. Clapping his hands, Theo Grothin. Hard count, trying to draw him off, and there's the timeout. We will take one as well. Score is 7-0. Into the first, actually. Glacier Peak and Woodenville. GP with a 7-0 lead. End of one on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And welcome back to Pop Keeney. Start of the second. Amp Harrell and Coach Steve Hannan here with you. Big decision for the Woodinville Falcons. Trailing 7-0, start of the second, facing a 4th and 12 from the 42, we'll call it. Looks like they are into that short punt type of formation. They could do a lot of stuff out of this, Coach.
Yeah, they can, but I think we're going to see a punt right here. That's a smart thing to do.
Low snap rolls to him. There's that pooch punt. And it will hit inside the 20 and shuriken its way down to the 6, maybe even the 5. Wow.
Yeah, great execution right there. Bad snap, as you said. The ball's on the ground, but there was little pass rush by Glacier Peak. And the nice thing about that pooch punt, if you got a quarterback that can do it, is the threat that he could throw it, obviously. So you can't drop a guy back there to receive it. You got to play defense. And now Glacier Peak starts way back in their own territory.
But it didn't really help last time they did it. Pinned back at the 15, and GP just drove the field like they had a Jeep out there.
And this is the first time that I've seen the Glacier Peak offense. So
I like that.
River Lean, the quarterback, standing in his own end zone. 10 seconds gone by in the second. Snap, give, and a massive hole. Beat through it. Goes Trey Lechner, the former Snohomish Panther.
And he looks like he's a power runner. Like, he's not a shifty little guy like the Woodenville kid. This guy looks like a big kid.
No, and he's got some weight to him.
He is 6'2", 210, and a junior.
My
Quick
gosh.
snap, give.
Same play.
And that's just sort of a crash dive right, isn't it?
Yeah. They felt that little zone. They bring the tight end back the other way, and they got that little zone. They got big yards last time. Woodenville, better job that time.
Torrey Watkins, the tight end, scrubbing the hole. 7-0, Glacier Peak. And they've gotten 2 stops, looking to cash in on their second drive. High snap, give, goes into the C gap, I believe, that time, and another big gain, stopped by Nick Owens.
And an interesting play development. Again, they're pulling someone from the right side to the left, but the back's not following that action. He's staying to the right as if they think that Woodenville is going to key that sniffer back going the opposite direction. So you can see him there.
3rd and 4. King comes in, the backup. I expect a pass here. Snap, play fake. Nope, no, it wasn't a play fake. It was a handoff I just couldn't see through the post, and he will run through the defender and should have enough for that first down.
The offensive coordinator at Glacier Peak is really calling a really good series right here.
I don't actually have that one busted out. I have all of their assistants, but not what their
titles are.
Snap, give, King, waits and waits and gets a good crease and just sticks it up in there for another gain. That's at least 5.
God, if you can get 5 yards on first down running the ball, boy, does that put the defense on their heels.
Adam Duffy gives him a hug and puts him down. 2nd down and 5.
Duffy, we had a Guffey for a while. That was a heck of a football player.
Yes, he was.
There at Glacier Peak.
Now, I bet he's watching.
Bet he is.
2-by-1 set, pistol set. Give, big hole. King just rumbles over 2 men and across the 40 to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Glacier Peak.
Simple counter trade play, but Glacier Peak looks like the more physical team right now.
And I'm not really surprised looking at the film. They're similar, but GP just likes to mash.
Man.
And Woodenville likes to finesse and use their speed.
And that's playing out that way right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Pistol set again for River Lean. Snap,
there it
give,
is again, same
King.
play.
Little counter, keeps his feet moving and gets down to right at the midfield stripe at Pop King.
Right now, Woodinville's defense, which was what they're known from, their head coach, Wayne Maxwell, is the defensive coordinator. They are not handling this offensive line from Glacier Peak very well at all right now.
Ty Jarvis is up front, kind of sucking a little bit of wind right now. Ginch back left, 2 receivers that way as well.
Bad snap.
Slow snap, give King, big hole, and he could go. He is taken down at the 31-yard line. 1st down, Glacier Peak.
These running lanes are ginormous right now for Glacier Peak.
Well, you have to think, though, that the defensive line is getting a little bit winded, too, because they're not really taking that much time before they snap the ball.
Good point.
Quick snaps and a rushing offense is dangerous. Snap, give, big hole, keeps his feet again, out to the right side and near the 10. I think they're going to mark him down at the 14. A big gain, Trey Lechner.
And these are not complicated running plays. That's just a power, right guard power play. But the results are fantastic, and thus the execution also.
Snap, give,
there it is
Lechner,
again.
right or left side that time. Following his tight end again, swabbing the hole, Torrey Watkins. Lechner gets positive yardage again.
Yeah, only 2 yards, but he was a whisper of putting that thing in the end zone.
And he will check out for King. 2-by-1 using the whole field. Tight end right, snap, give, King following his blockers, hitting the hole though. Duffy closed that one down in a hurry at the 5.
Now we're going to get a 3rd down. What is it, 3rd down and 4 to the end zone. This is going to be an interesting call. Does Coach Keck keep this thing on the ground?
Or did they, I think they gave him he picked up the 1st down and goal to go at some point. I think it's, no, you're right. Scoreboard was behind.
Okay.
3rd down and goal to go.
No, now they're saying it's, there we go, 3 and 2.
Oh, so they can get a 1st down, it looks like. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. 3rd and 2.
Snap.
They're just going to run it again.
King,
That's that power play.
And he will shake off a defender on the inside, driving and surging and putting his head down. I think he may have enough for the 1st down, but not the touchdown. They're going to see.
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. And Glacier Peak, this is power football at its best with a little bit of finesse in there. They're pulling, they're trapping. They're not just, diving straight ahead and knocking guys off the ball. They're executing this run game really well.
Still have not really seen anything out of Jaden Claps on the offensive side of the ball because you haven't needed him. 12 on the play clock. Snap, give, King, and he is stopped at the line. I thought if he just ducked his head, he would be in. But look who's checking into the game, Trey Lechner.
They're going to spy him, boy. I tell you
This
what.
might be a little more power back type area of the field. And give Woodinville's defensive front a little bit of credit. They've been beat up all the way down there, but they're bowing up a little bit here on the goal line.
Duffy, Jarvis, and Featon up front as they will now actually load the line, of course. Goal line, snap, give,
There you
Lechner
go.
in. He just went scrum style.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That was like a rugby scrum, and Glacier Peak's kids just push those green jerseys right into the end zone. And that's why you put that big, powerful kid in there with the ball. If you're not going to get in initially, at least you just shove the pile forward.
Interesting thing, he was used as a wide receiver the last couple of weeks.
Is that right?
Yes.
So the kid's an athlete.
He is an absolute athlete.
Wow.
Subs on the Special Forces team out of the hold of Caleb Koffler, the backup quarterback. On for point is Sam McAfee. There's an NFL name for you. To make it 14-0. Snap, set, kick on the way. The block is on. The kick is up, and it is good. New score. 7 minutes to go, first half. Glacier Peak 14, Woodinville nothing. Back after this on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
And back here, 7 minutes to go in the first half as Snohomish County showing out against the King Co School here. Amp Harrell joined, of course, by Coach Steve Hanna. And Coach Keck's a little fired up.
Yeah, I saw him down there, and he's just telling his kids, I told you all week you are better than these guys. Just come out and play your game, and you guys are going to be fine.
And toe meets leather, and this one is actually going to be short. Taken at the 6 to the 10 to the 15. Has a running lane, and it closes quickly. What a spear by Tyler Kinney.
Boy, you're not wrong, because from up here, we could see that lane open. I thought, holy cow, if he gets through that lane, and then someone came in like a missile from the left.
Tyler Kinney just leaped.
Just made that play. That could have been a big turn right there.
Yeah, you cannot count out this unbeaten Woodinville Falcon squad. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
But they have got to get up off the deck. They've got to get off the mat.
Yeah, we got a long way to go in this one, guys.
Grothin from the gun, sidecar left. Snap and a give. Big hole. Very big hole. Shoestring tackle across the 40.
Are we ever going to see a play go less than 5 yards in this game? It seems like since I've been in the booth, it's 5 yards or more every time the ball is snapped.
Henry.
Well, it's moving the game along fast, too. I mean, we've only got 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second quarter. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Big gain, Henry Nichols. Good to see his name get called out. 1-by-2 set. Shift the H back into the B gap right. Snap and a give. And there goes Nichols around the end. Woo! He about got clotheslined. Another defensive play for Jaden Claps.
That was a little helicopter action there, wasn't it?
He's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Wow, on the replay.
Looks like there's a flag out there. What happened? Probably maybe a holding on the edge out there. Is an outside run?
Probably. It's against GP, it looks like.
Face mask maybe?
I didn't see the official the official signal.
Oh, my.
Oh, that's a 15-yarder.
Did they?
Let's take another look at that. That's.
What did they call? Personal foul, or did they call a horse collar type of tackle? Or
Well, it couldn't have been. I'm thinking someone got a hold of the face mask,
Okay.
but they haven't said, have they?
Well, it's a big first down. It's only I believe the third of the day for the Falcons, and it puts them into positive territory.
Are these King County refs?
I did not get my official.
I know where you're going with that.
Didn't get my official referee roster like Tom Lafferty would. Snap and a give, and that's Big Henry banging off right guard, just trying to nudge his way through the B gap.
Boy, that's a smart play there. You know, he held onto the ball the whole time because he knew that the player he had helped to take him down.
Fighting for every blade of grass. It sure looked easy for Glacier Peak, and it sure looks like work for Woodinville, doesn't it? Right now.
Yes, it does, but they put in the weight room time, as you would know, Coach.
Yeah.
And so this is what it's all about,
Yeah.
of force on force.
Yeah.
14-0 GP. Woodenville trying to find an answer. Grothin sets his men in motion, 1-by-3 when it's all said and done. Straight drop. Nope, excuse me, delay handoff again.
Wow, that kid can just juke.
His cuts are insane.
The coaching staff is going to be on him a little bit, though, because that's just a typical counter play, and he was going right with it. Then he decides to bounce it to the outside. There's nothing there because there's no blockers. Then he cuts back inside where he should have been the whole time and picks up some yards.
Whee! Henry Nichols improvising as we approach 5 minutes to play in the half. I am curious as to what the peanut gallery has to say. Tight end to the near side, 2-by-1 set. Shotgun sidecar left for Grothin. Low snap, play fake, running for his life again. Good grief, he will lob it downfield for Finney, and it's a catch.
Wow.
Max Finney lays out, catches it on his back, and they're calling people over. Are they?
Well, Coach Keck thinks he was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball.
I would love to see that, actually. I was wondering the same thing. But Finney makes the grab down to the 16-yard line.
Yes, he was absolutely past the line of
Was
scrimmage.
he? Are these KRKO refs?
I've heard that before. Grothin gets the snap, fires that
He
one.
caught
It was intercepted. It was intercepted. My goodness, what a play. Who was that on the grab? Was that big 63?
It's a defensive lineman.
That is Baxter Cox, the junior.
Oh, now we got a flag because Shane Keck is out. I think they're going to get Shane for being out on the field. I'm sorry, Coach Keck for being out on the field. I know Shane real well. I gave Shane his first job coaching in the state. So
He wants to talk to the white hat. That's what he's out there for. He's like, what the hell?
63, though, Baxter Cox, the 270-pound
That's the best
lineman.
catch I ever saw. You see this? Watch this. This guy he just snags it right out of the air. He just is like, oh, here goes. Oh,
It's a quick slant to the inside receiver. The quarterback throws a bullet, and the defensive lineman snags it right out of the air.
Just got the mitts up
Unbelievable.
there. Extra helping of lasagna, my friend.
That's an unbelievable play for a defensive lineman to make.
A one-handed grab on a quick slant. Back to work goes River Lean and his Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Snap, give, lowering his head, but prancing with the twinkle toes there. Another fantastic run for Trey Lechner.
Yeah, that's 7 more yards piled up on first down. You can do anything in the offense that you want right now. And Glacier Peak is just choosing, let's just keep running the ball at them. They can't seem to handle that.
Other thing worth noting, you're a defensive guy. That is the 3rd straight stop for this GP defense.
And they're giving up yards, but they're not giving up points. So, I mean, obviously you'll take that every time.
Shotgun, actually the pistol, snap and a give. Lechner had to get a full head of steam, and somehow he turns that into more positive yardage.
I don't know what Woodenville is going to do to stop this run game, but they have got to bring people into the box for help. The guys up front, the linebackers, are not doing the job, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to.
Featon now out as a cornerback all by himself on the near side. Play fake. They'll throw to the middle. Pass is caught. What a load. That is the tight end, Torrey Watkins. That's just a go, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a seam route to the tight end, but it's the play fake. The entire defense has to stop that run game, and as a defensive corner, that's what you have to do, and then GP hits him across the middle.
Love the tight ends. High snap. Fires on a comebacker. Ashton Olsen was not looking for it. Otherwise, he probably has another first down.
Hey, Glacier Peak is doing anything that they want to do right now, and the Woodenville defense is frustrated. They're looking around at each other. They're looking at the sidelines. Who is going to help us?
I don't think Superman is hiding out there in a green jersey right now. 1-by-3. Snap and a give. Hesitation and... Wow, that almost looked like Lechner wanted to test that end.
This is just an impressive football team. I haven't seen either one of these teams play. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Woodenville and how they coach and how they prepare their kids. Glacier Peak just looks like the better team right now.
That is one way to put it. 1-by-2. Ginch back to the near side. Pop screen. And they are not going to be able to see the speed of Jaden Claps as the wall collapsed. Green jerseys aplenty.
Are you guys as surprised as I am at that particular call? The Glacier Peak offensive coordinator has done a great job in this game. You're 4th down and 2. You've been running the ball all over me. You want to? I don't know. That's a question mark for me.
That is a question mark.
If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm like,
okay,
thank you so much. Because we can't stop. Now Coach Keck's figuring out, do I want to run the ball right here for a first down?
10 on the play clock, now down to 8.
He's going to use a timeout.
Take a timeout, squib this one, coffin corner it probably, unless you just want to ram it down their throat, and there's the timeout. Should we take one here?
We will do that.
14-0 GP. Could they add to it? $1:48 left in the first half on STSPN.
What are you going to do, Coach Keck?
Welcome back here to Hopkini Stadium. $1:48 left in the first half. Glacier Peak and Coach Keck up 14-0, but staring down a 4th down and 4 from the +43. Amp Harrell and Coach Steve Hanna here with you. It's a punt formation.
I think that's the right decision here. You're dominating the game. No reason to give them any momentum.
High snap, and he dropped it. He dropped it. Got to do something with this, and he
look
does.
at that.
Oh, that is a beautiful punt. And he will backpedal, and it goes down to the 1. Did that go in? Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Down at the 1-inch line.
When things are going your way, they are going your way.
I'm going to say this just once. I don't know how many of those seniors are 18, but after this game is over with, every freaking one needs to buy a lottery ticket.
That is right.
The punter drops the ball, chases it for 2 yards trying to pick it up, finally corrals it, and then kicks it down to the 1/2-inch line.
That is just unbelievable with $1:35 left on the road.
Hey, and they got a chance to add to this lead on the defensive side right now. Woodinville's got to be really careful with what they're going to do right now on offense.
Big fellas up front. I see them loading the line with Chase Cumming.
Glacier Peak's coming.
And whistles. Do we have a timeout, Woodenville?
Hey, if that's a penalty by Woodinville in the end zone, that's a safety.
Let's find out.
Is this me?
And we're going to talk things over.
What? And they're calling that against Glacier Peak? They're saying offsides?
Oh. They were jumping around. They probably were in the neutral zone.
It was funny. The official gave, this illegal procedure call, which you can't do on defense, obviously. So maybe we're wrong. Maybe they picked up the flag. They're not moving the ball.
They said 1st and 11. So apparently it was a half the distance on Woodenville.
Okay, I got you.
Because they're certainly not going to call it.
Okay, well, that's something.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
There's this one out, 1-on-1. Was that intercepted again? I think it was. I think Jaden Claps played center field. When it rains, it freaking pours, which is not something I've seen in the last few months here in Western Washington.
And you can't fault Woodenville. The previous play, Glacier Peak's got everyone up trying to get that safety, and they thought, okay, well, let's try to throw one over their heads, but the ball's just short. The ball's not thrown far enough, and Glacier Peak's in enough position to make a play.
That is just ridiculous. And now, with 1:24 left from the 25, let's see what GP can do here. Scrambling and prancing and firing too long into the end zone, and I think Riverline may have been ahead of the line of scrimmage as well.
How many timeouts does Glacier Peak have?
I think they have 2.
Or does it say just 1 over there? I can't tell.
There's
actually,
one now.
yeah, it does say 1. Yeah.
Okay. So that explains why they wanted to take a shot right there at the end zone.
They're going to take a couple shots here. I mean, why not?
Minute 17 left. Lechner.
The only question why not is you're running the ball so successfully. You're getting 10 yards anyway. Plenty of time.
Get a stoppage to move the chains, so pistol, snap, give Lechner. Lechner will hesitate, ducks his head, bangs his way to the 15.
I mean, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
You know, they're chewing up such big yards on the ground. That might be your best chance to get it in the end zone anyway.
I was saying about Jaden Claps, I heard so much about this kid on the offensive side, but he's in the witness protection program passing-wise.
Oh,
Snapping
that's
a give.
Joe.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my.
Lechner just breaking ankles. Fighting his way inside the 15. How on earth did that happen?
Now, wasn't one of us just say that kid looks like a power back?
Yeah.
That looked like a scat back routine. How did he get out of that tackle?
He channeled Dion is what he did. That is before my time. And a timeout taken with 50 seconds left.
Wow.
I think we should keep this here.
We are keeping it here.
Okay.
So that's it for Glacier Peak as far as timeouts.
Yep. So with 50 seconds left, scoreboard says 1st and 10.
That looks right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
From what, the 15-yard line?
14.
From the 14. So, I think at 50 seconds, everything is on the table. I think you can still run the ball here. You got plenty of time, and especially how efficient. I was going to comment how quickly Glacier Peak is able to get to the line and get ready. Everybody's set and snapped. And that's just a credit to the job that Shane Keck and his staff has done with these kids.
Guerrero and Joe Johnson up front. Got to give love to the big guys. David Henshaw, Baxter Cox. These are some hosses.
Man.
Anthony Guerrero out there on the edge. Gets himself set, pistol set. 50 seconds left, first half. Genchback gets himself set, straight drop, looking, firing, has a man, has a touchdown to the tight end, Torrey Watkins, GP6. Back here to Pop Keeney, and we may just have to change the home team in this one because Glacier Peak has come in and just made themselves right at home.
And you know, it's big for the Wesco League. For so long, the KingCo League has kind of beat them up a little bit, and this is great for Wesco to come into a KingCo conference school at Pop Keeney Stadium, one of the greatest stadiums in high school football in the state, and just really putting it to Woodenville right now.
I know there are a lot of folks listening that are Woodenville fans. I think we may even have some folks streaming us from Hawaii. But I'm not a homer for GP or anybody else. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible, and well, GP's just shown out.
Right now, that we got a little ways to go, don't we? And Woodenville, a talented football team, so we got a ways to go in this one still.
Well, I mean, we can say right out front that we broadcast from Wesco, so this could be Lake Stevens against Woodenville or Lake Stevens against Bothell, and it's a Wesco thing, not necessarily a GP thing. And I told you right when we got here, I said Westco needs a couple of these games because they're always getting slapped around by Kinko.
That's right.
Let's see what Woodenville can do with the final 41 seconds here, and they'll be on defense in the second half. Low snap, and he rushed it. Incomplete. I think that was intended for Andy Henry.
They just look discombobulated now, don't they, a little bit? Like, I guess when you're down 21-zip, I guess that happens. But this doesn't look like a confident Woodinville team right now.
And this is a Woodinville team that's always a state contender and still will be, regardless of the score in this one. Shotgun, snap, delay handoff, and hit immediately. First man to him, guess who? Trey Lechner. He plays defense as well.
Good heavens.
Outside linebacker, wide receiver, running back, and I think he sells tickets as well.
And I'm sure he's great at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe a drum major or something.
It looks like Glacier Peak now is falling back into their prevent defense here.
Maybe the last play of the first half. 21-0 domination by the Grizzlies. 3 seconds, got to get this one off. Airs this one out, comebacker, and that'll do it.
All right.
So, a little sputter, a little bit of life, but Woodenville will have to pick themselves up off the deck and play defense when we return. We'll take a break for halftime festivities. It is 21-0 Glacier Peak over the homestanding Woodinville Falcons. Back in a bit on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
The band Queen sought to revitalize the region by expanding its boundaries. This next song in the top 4 is no exception. Here is Don't Stop Me Now. All right, and everybody on your feet for Woodinville's fight song, The Victors.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And welcome back to Pop Keeney Stadium. Amp Harrell and the coach Steve Hanna on STSPN. As we're still trying to take this one in, Coach. I think that it wasn't a secret. The media expected Glacier Peak to win this one, but I mean, like even on Cascadia Preps, it was a sweep. Everybody picked GP.
Okay.
I don't think anybody predicted GP to just impose their will on Woodenville in the first half.
Yeah, and this will be really interesting how Woodenville comes out, right? I mean, this is really where coaching comes down to it. And you know, Coach Maxwell does such an amazing job, and I've coached with a lot of guys on his staff. They are good, solid individuals and great coaches. Let's see how motivated Woodenville looks. You know, are they going to come out with an attitude that, all right, we're starting 21-0 down and we don't care, we're going to play our game, we're going to do our thing? Or do they come out rattled and unnerved and not sure and try to become something that maybe they're not? That'll be interesting how they handled this little halftime.
Yeah, you commented off camera about how Woodenville was not even in the locker room. Woodenville was huddled down there, and we're like, is that because of certain restrictions or what? No, they were just getting a chewing.
Yeah, the coaches were letting them know that is not Woodinville Falcon football. That's not how we do things here, and we are going to make a change here in the second half. By watching the game, I just don't know physically what they can do. It just seems like Glacier Peak is just running over them.
Well, I mean, you're a defensive coach. You were a defensive mind with this reputation.
Yeah.
I think this is less about force and more about scheme. You have to figure out a way to make GP beat itself.
And then there are moments, and I've been in them myself as a defensive coordinator, where you just, no matter what you do, it's just not going to work because they're just better than you are. That shouldn't be the case. This game should be a lot closer than it is when you're just looking at the two teams. Glacier Peak right now is just out executing Woodenville, and you got to believe that Woodenville is going to come out and have a better second half than first half. Question is it going to matter? How good is this Glacier Peak team? And I think that this second half will go a long way of solving that riddle.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm going to go on record as saying that Woodenville's first offensive series after the halftime break is going to determine how they're going to go in this game. The only problem is they have to go on defense first. And if they don't get a stop here, if you are staring down the barrel of 28 Love, you're right. It's going to be a very difficult battle to get back into this thing.
Yeah, and then you get and again, you're not dealing with professional athletes, right? You're dealing with high school kids and emotions, and how much are they really able to overcome if they get pummeled down the field again, and the touchdown at the end of it. You got to think it's going to be tough on Woodenville to surmount any kind of comeback at that point.
I mean, if I'm Coach Maxwell or any of his assistants, Coach Hamilton, Coach Jones, Coach Sanders, I'm just telling them, first of all, gentlemen and lady, the first woman to play varsity for Woodenville as well.
Awesome.
But troops, Falcons, you know who you are. You know the name that is on the front of that jersey. You know the logo that is on that helmet. This is not Woodenville football that we played in that first half. And that's not to say anything about Glacier Peak.
Correct.
The success they've had, the success they haven't had. Let's throw that out the window. We can only control who and what we are, and we did not execute our game plan. We are better than this, and if we come out in the second half and play like we are friggin' supposed to, we can make a game out of this.
Yeah, there is plenty of time.
But if you come out and play like you played in the first half, there won't be much of a game left to be played. We'll be enjoying milkshakes after the game, win or lose, in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, and thus the challenge, right, for Woodenville's coaches. So what was the message at halftime to their kids? You know, were the coaches calm? Was their demeanor calm? Were they fixing schematic problems to give the kids some confidence coming out? Or are they rattled at a 21-0? Are they in there? Well, we saw them down there chewing the kids out, you know, in the end zone, you know. But maybe, they know their kids a lot better than we know their kids. Maybe that's exactly what their kids needed to get them ready to play the second half.
I studied under a coaching psychologist in college, and sometimes it's less about the X's and the O's and more about the Jimmies and the Joes.
At some point it comes down to that, and what we saw in the first half was Glacier Peak's got a couple more Jimmies right now.
Yeah.
Especially that running back that's just powering over the top of those defenders. And give the offensive line credit, too. You know what? And give Shane Kett credit, because the guy does not shy away from a challenge. He never has. And when he got the head coaching job at Glacier Peak, he's not looking to put his team in games that he knows they're going to win. He's always looking for these Kinko schools from down south, schools that are going to push his team to become great. So give him some credit.
I was going to say, it doesn't exactly help matters that scheduling this year is a nightmare. I mean, last week was a fantastic example of that. Snohomish had their opponent cancel, and then they had some injuries hold them up after a team that they would probably never play outside of the postseason. And then you had the team from Puyallup playing Edmonds Woodway, wasn't it?
Yo, I heard about the cancellations. We moved up our senior night to this week just to make sure that we get it in in case they shut us down.
Yeah, last year was an anomaly. Last year was just bizarre. I know that local radio didn't even cover any of the action. Had their coaches shows, but that was about the extent of it. But STSPN did in fact cover some action.
Alive and kicking, baby.
But this year, as we would say in the South, good Lord Willard and the creek don't rise. We're going to get our 10 games in.
Yeah, I think we will. I think it's going to be a successful season for high school football.
Woodenville will tee this one up and get ready to get back on defense.
Yeah, last week was the first Friday night that we didn't do football in 12 years.
Onside kick, and it looks like it's smothered by Glacier Peak. That was a gutsy call, but I don't hate it.
You know, I don't hate it either, but it goes back to what we talked about. Are the coaches rattled? Are they going to try to make something happen instead of just being yourself? And I don't know. Well, let's see how that plays out for the Woodenville football team here.
Adam Troxel, I believe, was the one that hoovered it up, and now he's over the football. Looks like 2x2 football with Noah for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Snap and a give. Hesitation, stiff arm, and through another big hole and dragging defenders. Hello, Lechner. Welcome back.
Looks like they've decided we're going to be who we are.
That's always a good thing to be aware of, is who you are. Right. Tyler Gertie out there is a road grader. And I believe that's Price Roberts as well on the left side. Motion that way. Shotgun sidecar right. Ginchback left. Snap, give, and oh my word, they just hung Nichols out to dry.
Yeah, that's a great read by the inside linebacker for Glacier Peak, who's at number 8. He just shoots the gap and gets him in the backfield.
8 for Glacier Peak, Grayson LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur had a great read there, and he was a running back on the defensive side of the ball. He saw the hole, and he ran through it, and that's going to be tough for Woodenville to overcome.
Loss of a solid 3. 10-10 to go, third quarter, 21-0. Woodenville trying to come back. 2nd and 13. Low snap, picks it up off the turf, fires a bullet, incomplete. King applying the pressure on that appears to be Max Finney. No flag.
And there's not a receiver open. I mean, you would think that the way that Woodenville's having success in the ground game, that they could throw a little bit with some open receivers if they could just execute. But I'm telling you, there's white shirts around every green shirt in the defensive backfield.
The scouting report has been very, very solid. They have completely taken away Max Finney. Theo Grothin has looked human back there in the pocket. And when your offense is nickels, and a cloud of dust, it's going to be a tough road.
Especially 3rd and long.
10 minutes exactly left in the third. That snap skipped back to him. Pressure. Got to get rid of it, and he does. And there was a receiver in the area. And they are going to say intentional grounding. He was in the grasp, and I don't think that was an eligible receiver. I think that was a lineman.
That's correct. He threw the ball with his left hand. A Glacier Peak defender came off the edge clean, and the quarterback was rolling to that direction, and it just did not work out for Woodenville at all.
Caleb Koffler bringing the heat among others. There were about 4 having a meeting at the quarterback.
You know, and again, that's the Glacier Peak staff just did a great job with that defensive series.
Officials are saying that's a loss of down, by the way. Oh, I love the "you can't do that" chant.
Yeah,
That's one of my
know.
favorites.
Those kids out there giving them the business.
Liam Lennon checks in for the GP defense. And now it's punting time. 4th and basically the county line. They're going to say 33, and I'll trust them. Woodenville got the big takeaway and then went in the wrong direction. Good snap. Punt is nearly blocked. And that one is going to be a wounded duck and go out of bounds at the far 40. Contact with the kicker, slow to get up, but no flags whatsoever.
And is that one of those deals where the punter's just really acting this thing up? I think it's too late for a flag now, son.
Well, I think he still had that ball in his hand as they were arriving. So I think there's at a certain point, you can't just stop.
Yeah, I have seen some high-quality acting from kickers before. I was at the Tennessee Titans-Pittsburgh Steelers game that I call the 3-kick game. Ice the kicker and then run into the kicker, and he sold it. Penalty marker.
Got the left tackle for Glacier Peak. Just stepped a little too soon there. Number 55.
That would be Anthony Guerrero.
Hate to call out high school kids like that. My bad, Mom.
6'2", 255.
Oops. Great player. Has been a road grader all night.
They all have, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Just really impressive so far.
Looks like Cox and Joe Johnson out there on the line, being those road graders. High snap. Give near side. Lechner is hit immediately, and it takes about 3 of them to drag him down.
And we just saw 55 step off sides there. And now we just saw 55 crash into the water container over there. I don't know what happened over there. Someone got blocked late.
Oof.
55 ended up over there knocking over the water container.
I think that was on purpose because my manager daughter said that they still haven't fixed that water.
Well, they were working on it earlier. Play fake, rolls, fires, high pass, incomplete. Stripped away from the tight end Watkins. Lane delivered it high, and he went up the ladder to get it, but could not complete the play, Coach.
Exactly what you said. The ball was just a little high, and he got stretched out, and it gave the safety just enough room to put a helmet on the ball. Great play by the defense.
Good adjustment. I'm going to just take a wild guess and say that was Ryan Bowles applying the pressure.
It's impossible to see the numbers on the Woodenville team. It's impossible.
Pistol set on 3rd and 13. Straight drop looks, rolls to his right, dumps it off. Incomplete. Oh, that's a late hit. That is a late hit, and the officials are going to allow it.
You know, and that feels to me like a blindside block almost, except for the ball went there. So maybe that's why the officials are going to let that go. But they're trying to get that shot out of high school football.
Kill shot engaged. Back to punt.
You can see Coach Keck walking the sign with his palms up like, guys, that's what we're trying to eliminate from high school football.
Good snap. Turns that one over and sends away a honey. Fair catch called for and made about the 35. And that is where Woodenville will have it after the catch from Isaac Featon.
And Woodenville came after that punt. They're not staying back. They've become aggressive. And this drive is going to be really important for them. There's, 9 minutes to go here in the quarter. They're down by 3 touchdowns. This is a drive that they need to get down the field and get points. And I don't even know about 3. They got to put one in the end zone.
I was thinking the exact same thing. You got to get points, but if you don't get a touchdown here, your chances of coming back are that much harder. Getting loud on the visitor side for GP. Snap and a give, and not a whole lot there. Gain of about 3 for Nichols.
But that's what Woodinville's been most successful, is running that ball up the middle, a little bit to the outside. So I think that's the right thing to do. Go back to what you've been successful with before. The passing game has not been good to them yet tonight.
Carson Giles and Tyler Gertie plowing the road for the green shirts. 8:30 to go, third. Quick snap, give, and he'll just plow ahead and drag bodies. Wow, that is dangerously close to a first down for Henry Nichols.
That was very Glacier Peak-ish there. Just slammed it into the line, and the whole line just went 5 yards backwards.
Scrum half.
Just got a text asking where is GP's marquee receiver, and he's out tonight. He's hurt.
Oh, okay.
Cooper Jensen.
Okay.
I did not get that in my scouting report. I apologize. Under 8 to play. 3rd and 1. Snap. Give. Nichols lowers his head and plows forward. He needed 1.5 yards. He got about 4. First down, Falcons. And this is what you want, but you don't want to get too complacent and chew up too much clock.
Yeah, and I agree. You can't do that. But when your best chance to get yards is running the ball, you've got to keep doing what there's plenty of time to run that type of offense right now.
7:34. Clock is stopped suddenly, and then it goes back in motion. Low snap, picked it up, floats, fires, and a miscommunication downfield. Coach saw it before it happened. Somebody blew a route, didn't they?
The first time tonight we saw a green jersey wide open 30 yards down the field, and the ball could not get to the receiver. That is exactly what Woodenville needed to get back into this game and flip the entire script of this game, and they just did connect.
I think it was Cash Sanders and Max Finney were out on the pattern, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Single receiver to the near side. Falcons with the clock stopped at 7:25. Now we'll set it up 1-2. Ginch back left. Play fake. Dumps it off. Has some blockers. Has an opportunity down the sideline and out of bounds. Was that Duffy?
It's impossible to see numbers.
Trying to spread the love around here.
They've got Glacier Peak is running that 4-2-5 defense. They got 5 defensive backs, and the inside linebackers are so tight to the line of scrimmage now. Nobody was out there in that weak side flat, and that's got to drive Coach Keck nuts.
First down for the Falcons. Hash mark right. From the 28, down 21-0 in the 3rd. Snap, give, Nichols hitting the hole, scrubs it outside. He's got the edge. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. To the pylon. Nichols, touchdown, Woodenville.
And there was a great block right on the edge. The whole play starts right. The whole Glacier Peak defense is there. And that guy just stuck his foot in the ground and went left. And it's exactly what Woodenville needed. Now they're going to the sidelines. The coaches are saying, this is what we told you at halftime, fellas. Execute who we are in our schemes, and you guys will be fine.
Woodenville for point. 21-6 with 7:07 left in the 3rd. A lot of talking and adjustments out there for the Falcons.
Yeah, for the PAT, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else is on the sidelines? 79. No.
Wrong
No,
roster.
76.
Austin Emmons for GP.
Not playing tonight.
Point is good, and it is 21-7. We'll take a break. Woodenville on the board. 7 minutes to go in the third on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back here to Pop Keeney. 7:07 to go in the third, and new life for the Falcons. 21-7. Glacier Peak on top. Amp Harrell and Coach Steve Hannan. Hannan with you.
Now Glacier Peak has to answer, right? Because this thing can turn, and we've seen this before with high school games, especially with two good football teams out there. Glacier Peak needs to get this momentum back.
I think it needs to be Lechner and King, attorneys at law, in the backfield. Taken at the 17 to the 20, 25, running through defenders, and gets it across the 30, call it the 32.
And he took a pretty good shot right there at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, these dudes love contact, it seems.
Both of these teams are really physically impressive, both of them.
Just facing that big mashing front
Yeah.
in all white, it makes Woodenville look smaller.
Yes.
Snap, give, right side. Lechner cuts it back, and he'll get a few.
God, it seemed like he didn't get anything, and he got 4 yards.
That's been that way for most of the night for him. It looks like it's going to be a loss of a yard or two, and then all of a sudden he's got 5.
Yeah.
Fall forward, one of the hardest things to teach.
When you're 6'3", I guess you get yards doing
Oh, got small that time and got through everybody. Lechner, first down, GP.
You know, and he had 2 arms on the ball, and his pads were down, and he never looked up. He went straight. No cutting there. He just went straight through wherever the hole was supposed to be.
So, in other words, you're telling me that went exactly like you teach it.
That's right.
Which never actually happens.
Rarely.
A little miscommunication there. Lechner got tripped up.
That is one of the better defensive plays for the Woodenville defense against the run game right there. It's a 1 yard gain or half a yard. That's a win for Woodenville for sure.
Lechner will check out. King will check in. He has had a pretty solid game, and he is also 6 foot 190. Pistol set. 1 by 2.
Here they come, that counter tray.
And he gets around the edge, and oh, what a touchdown-saving tackle perhaps for Jake Krivishin.
Not how it's drawn up, but the kid's got enough speed to bounce it outside, and he made something out of it. Now what? It's a 3rd and 5, so this is a big down for both teams.
Want to give a tip of the cap. I think it was Ben Kirshner who held his water and just hit the end. Love it. Old school football. 21-7. Sorry about that, Coach.
All right.
Pistol, snap, give, and hit at the line, and he is going to be short. Down to the 50, and it's 4th and 2.
That was right guard power. The right guard pulls up around the center, up into A, and the back just got ran down from behind. We haven't seen that yet tonight. Here's an interesting decision. 4th and 3 from the 50.
Yeah, I think they're going to go.
Oh, it looks like it.
Or at the very least, hard count. No, they're going to go. Snap.
They
give,
got it.
King, edge, first down.
Boy, is it
Oh,
they did.
oh,
They got
okay.
it by half
Just
a yard.
barely.
Whew. It looked like he was going to go a lot further, didn't it?
Yes, and then all of a sudden the wall got to him and yanked him backwards.
Yeah, give Woodenville credit. That's a good series of downs. That's the best series of downs we've seen from them defensively.
Absolutely.
I don't know if they got it.
Oh, are we going to measure? Oh, that is a terrible spot for GP. That is a terrible spot. Did Woodenville hold?
What? Oh, I am surprised that it's this close. I thought it was at least a half a yard to a yard beyond the sticks.
And
Where did he need to get to? Like the 40s?
well, we're going to measure. He had to get to, according to the dial-a-down here, I thought he had to get to the 48, maybe 48.
Yeah, they're a yard
third.
short on their spot.
See, our official on our side marked it well beyond that, and he just kept going.
Oh, they got it.
Okay.
First down GP. As at least half the stadium breathes a sigh of relief. Woodenville, though, man, that is a bless your heart moment right there.
And that was a yard because I slowed it down and I saw right where they,
So we lost, Glacier Peak lost a few yards on that spot.
Yes. And I'm not shocked by that fact just from where they put that one down.
Oh.
But either way, GP with a first down, the fresh set of downs with 4:49 in the third, up 2 scores.
You know what? And that's gigantic. Because now they're going to run, even if they don't get a first down in this next series, they're going to punt the ball down there to the 10, and Woodenville's going to chew up a ton of clock just trying to score the next touchdown.
This is your strategy, your ball control offense.
Yeah, huge
Snapping
play.
a play fake. Look out, going up top. There's the guy. And there is a pass breakup cleaner than a Hollywood marriage. My goodness. Claps.
That was
one-on-one.
amazing.
Cleaner than a Hollywood marriage. I thought that ball was caught for a second.
Clapp tried to catch it off the dude's helmet.
And I thought he was going to come down with it, and then it got ripped out. Give Woodenville credit. Give that Glacier Peak offensive coordinator credit. He is doing everything right now.
I think that was Theo Grothin, the quarterback on the breakup, by the way.
Oh.
Listed as a D-back. Snap and a give. Stutter step left. Gets the end. Needs to get to the outside and does. It's a foot race. It's a foot race for Lechner. Stutter step. Whoa! Oh, my goodness. Down to the 4. Down to the end zone. Touchdown, Glacier Peak.
That is just physically impressive what a 210-pound back can do with that kind of athleticism. He tiptoed the sideline for about 15 yards and then just crammed it into the end zone at the end.
Well, I think the two biggest surprises for me were when my voice cracked again was when he broke ankles. He just did a basketball crossover move, and then he got to about the 3, and the rush got to him, and I think the contact put him in the end zone.
Maybe.
It did.
On for point, 27-7. McAfee, it's up, and it is good. New score, 28-7. Glacier Peak over Woodenville with 4 and change left in the third. Back after this on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back here to a raucous Pop Keeney. Amp Harrell, Coach Hannan on the call for STSPN. 28-7. Glacier Peak trying to put it on ice in the third.
And such an impressive play, that last touchdown. It was, by Lechner, it was impressive, but the offensive line was, like I said, lockstep and barrel with each other. 5 guys in unison, getting it done, and then Lechner does the amazing after that.
They're checking on Adam Troxel on the sideline. Troxel has been a force in this contest. Teed up for McAfee. And he will put toe to leather, and this one will drift back to the 2. Actually knocks him back into the end zone. He will take it out to the 15, to the 20, cutting it around to the end. 25-30, penalty marker down. That is a hold, I believe. That one is coming back. Sitting down over there was Caleb Koffler.
Yep, that one's going to come back.
Apparently got yanked down by a player to be named later. We do like to protect the innocent and the guilty on this one, but sometimes it's just a matter of cause because we can't read the doggone jerseys.
Yeah. You know, those kickoffs are so terrifying for coaches, too. You've got the momentum. You're up 28-7. There's 4 minutes to go. And then you kick that ball off, and there's all that space with a kid with a good athlete. And you're like, this whole thing could change in a breath.
4 minutes, 1 second left in the third. Woodenville, they are the Falcons, but they have got to get on their horse. Down by 3 scores.
Yeah, now how panicked do you get as an offense? Can you really go down the field chunks at a time, or do you have to put the ball up at some point, right?
Play fake and then dumps it off. Almost a Utah pass there over the middle.
We've seen some weird things from the Woodinville quarterback. Yeah, we've seen some weird
Almost
stuff
a forward lateral. I would be familiar with a few of those from back east.
That's against the rules.
And a stoppage here. Officials timeout. Oh, we have a player down for GP.
Uh-oh, number 2.
Yeah, that is Caleb Koffler again. He was the young man who got held on the kickoff. He may have gotten held and run over, and then additional contact after that. So we're going to get a knee.
I'm always looking for, are they stretching out the calf? You know, is it a cramp or something like that?
Well, I mean, it is week 3, so. However, I'm used to southern summers, and it's 103 degrees, feels like, when you're trying to do two-a-days or the equivalent thereof. And he is up. So I mentioned that just because.
Ooh, I like that.
Just because of cramps.
Love that. Look at this.
You can't see it on the broadcast at home, but we have got our blue light mesmerizing in the press box at Pop Keeney.
Ambiance.
Don't be getting too fancy on me now.
I do teach school for a living.
2 receivers to the far side for Woodenville. 1st and 10 from the 26. Left to right as you watch. Pass that one out in space to Finney. Stutter steps, hesitates, needs blockers, doesn't get them, and surges down to around the 30.
You know, so there they are. They're putting the ball up. Their first 2 plays are pass plays, but they're getting the same amount of yards. The clock is still working against Woodinville now.
Andy Henry out to the near side. Quick snap, and that one dropped.
And it wouldn't have mattered. The corner for Glacier Peak, number 3, was just going to blow that up if that guy caught it.
Ashton Olsen. Yeah, there were 3 white shirts buzzing around the green there. 3:27. We were talking about the game flying by. If you start putting it in the air and not completing it, the game gets a whole lot longer.
Yeah, things will slow down a little bit there. And I guess that's why you go to the pass game, right?
Because, yeah, worst case scenario is you stop the clock from bleeding away.
Correct.
Well, actually, that's not the worst scenario, but
We've
I'll
seen
keep
the
my gap
worst
shut.
earlier.
Shotgun sidecar left. 2 receivers and a H-back that way, and now they'll flip him to the right side. A lot of pre-snap movement here for the Falcons. Play fake, dumps it off, short slant. It was a screen, actually, out to near the 40, and that should be enough for a first down for the Falcons.
That was interesting to watch that H-back go from the left to the right and then back over again, and watch the Glacier Peak defense just kind of stare at them. You know, there wasn't like a lot of adjustments or running around. They're like, okay, settle down, son, and let's run a play.
I mean, it seems like that GP is just reading the keys.
Yes.
Responsibility football. Snap and a give. Nichols hits the hole hard. Gains about 3. Better than it looked.
They are a very confident-looking group out there, and why wouldn't you be? You're up 28-7, and you've dominated this game from beginning to end.
Gabe Russell will check out for GP. 2:52 and the clock runs. 28-7. Falcons trail. Hesitates, drops that one off. Incomplete. Should have been a flag there, I thought. I thought that little tiny bit early for claps.
Yeah, little pickpocket action there maybe, but he's right in position on that deep post. The quarterback had the crossing route, the little shallow route that he could have picked up some yards, but he went up top, and Glacier Peak knocks it down.
Chase Cumming checks in, a senior defensive back for the Grizzlies. Always love getting more seniors into the game. They devote so much of their life to this, and sometimes they don't get their names called as much.
That's right.
2:46 to go. Third quarter. 3rd and 8. Play fake. Looks.
Oh, he's okay.
Incomplete and
that's gotta be a
decked.
flag.
King brings the pain, and there's the penalty.
And that did look a little early to me. Coach Keck doesn't like it. We got a lot of upturned palms on the Glacier Peak sideline, but that one looked a little early to me.
Just a touch. He also kind of did something between a COVID unfriendly hug and a WWE takedown.
Yeah, it did get a little physical there at the end, didn't it?
Well, it got physical for one of them. Yeah. King just sort of stood there and finished his pose down.
Yeah.
That's the advantage of being large and athletic. Again, 6 foot and $190.
Yeah, so, you like your chances there.
Thump. Penalty for a pass interference.
Okay.
Moves it to the 46-yard line, the plus 46.
Woodenville's got to score before the end of this quarter, don't they? Just to have a prayer.
Agreed. 2 receivers to the far side. H-back that way as well. Play fake. Duffy out there to block. Hesitation. Look out. Running for his life. And he needs to get down. He does not. Ball is out, and this could be trouble. GP will recover. Adam Troxel, 1st and 10 for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies.
What a gigantic mistake from the quarterback at Woodenville. You just can't do that.
The senior quarterback, Theo Grothin, running around. He saw somebody coming free in Luke Owen and panicked.
There's just too many white shirts coming at you. You've got to get rid of that football. You can't take a sack in that situation, and you certainly can't give up the ball. That's going to make it tough on him now.
2:29 in the 3rd. Whistles stopping play. Not sure what for, but
the chain gang was not set.
Something dramatic is going to have to happen for Woodenville to get out of this thing.
Snap. Give. Left side. Good blocking. Turns into great blocking, and he'll drag a defender out of bounds.
Glacier Peak, their offensive scheme is so good right now. They are overloading one side at motion just before the snap, and Woodenville is not adjusting. And Glacier Peak's got them outnumbered, and they're going 10 yards a pop in these run plays.
Anthony Guerrero setting the edge near side. H-back or tight end right side. Snap.
Another
Give.
bad snap.
Lechner. And he will try the B-gap right, and it is closed. That's Duffy again.
The one thing that slows down Glacier Peak more than anything in this game has been the snaps to the quarterback have been very erratic.
Sometimes they've two-hopped back to him.
Yeah. And
no, it's been a problem. The first
it?
game, second game, against Snohomish, they were 6'2" tall. He was jumping for him.
Yeah, that's been the one thing that slowed down the run game is just trying to get the ball to the back.
2 minutes to go. Snap, give King this time. He'll try the left side and get a little bit.
Good defense right there by Woodenville.
I think that was 32 on the stop, Ty Jarvis.
Good work just getting off a block, staying in your gap, your responsibility, not trying to do too much, and the ball came right to him. Really good job defensively.
Sub checking in, Luke Anderson, another senior.
Who's coming out for Glacier Peak here? 66?
Oh, that's Adam Troxel. Is he having some?
He's a big fella.
Yeah,
yes.
He is big.
235 and a solid 6 foot.
Boy, he looks like he's 255 from here.
Jacob Erickson stays out there along with Baxter Cox, who's had a great game. Minute 17. Play fake, hesitates, dumps that one off, complete. Ashton Olsen, and he is corralled, but more positive yardage.
That's a single receiver hitch route, and Glacier Peak's got 2 defenders out there.
Huh.
I mean, Woodenville's got 2 defenders out there to stop one wide receiver when they're running the ball at will.
That was the because
yeah.
I don't mind having numbers on the defensive side trying to stop a receiver when you know the pass play is coming, but the running game has been incredible for GP, and you really don't want to gamble.
I mean, they're standing out there right now.
1 by 2, taking up the whole field. 33 seconds left, 3rd and 12. Snap, give, King, right side. Hole closes quickly, but he'll get inside the 10 to, the 9 3/4.
That's going to move it to 4th down and short, really short, 4th and 1.
And that will likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Holy smokes.
28-7. And GP is basically saying the clock, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, just let that thing go. And let's get into the fourth quarter, up by 3 touchdowns.
4 fingers in the air for the GP Grizzlies, 28-7. Glacier Peak leads on the road. Back after this with a fourth quarter call on STSPN.
Tyler and Matt, Waterline.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. That's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Back here for the fourth quarter on STSPN. Glacier Peak entertaining the folks on the road 28-7. Amp Harrell here from Popkini Stadium, joined by Coach Steve Hannan. And it has been a clinic, an offensive clinic, and at times even a defensive clinic for the guys in the white shirts.
Yeah, and they're about ready to put this game away right now.
4th down and 1 from the 10. Pistol set. Behind lean. Snap, give, right side.
That's a first down.
And gets the first down inside the 10. That was an interesting call, though, Coach, because you need a yard. Maybe a yard and a half, maybe a little less than a yard. I didn't see exactly the marker, but they went off tackle. They didn't go north-south.
Yeah, and I think that they've had a lot of success off tackle, and I think when you're a coordinator calling plays, that sets in on you that I've been successful with this play. This is a big moment. I'm going to use it again.
Torrey Watkins out there as the tight end. I would not be shocked if we see a quick slant to that tight end. Pistol, snap, give, Lechner.
I would not put up the ball again in this game.
I just thought I would see it on first down. I just thought you would. If you're gonna pull,
if you're gonna do it, right?
Pull
that's the
trick out of the bag of tricks.
That's the time to do it. Agreed. I just know me. I'm like, nope. We are running the ball until this thing is over.
Just take the air out of the football.
Exactly.
Gained 4. It's now 2nd and goal to go from the 4.
You're talking like Coach Rowe. Coach Rowe, he'd be throwing that ball down there, and I'd be screaming at him on the goal line. What are you doing, Coach? Just run the ball and finish this thing.
The Riverboat Gambler.
The Riverboat Gambler.
Play clock down to 5. Pistol set, snapping it at 2. Got to get the snap, and they do. Wow. Every second. And here we go with the rollout to the back corner of the end zone. Did he make that grab? He did. Touchdown. I was off by a play.
You called it. You called it.
That was to the tight end, Watkins. Again, I was just off by a play.
They went for the jugular, and that's very Coach Keck. It's very Coach Keck to do what you wouldn't think that you should do or would do, and that's what makes him so successful. Smart guy, really smart guy, and he's done a great job with this team.
It is a 4-score lead with 10:45 to go. On for point out of the hold of Keffler. Kick is up into the night and splits the uprights at Popkini. New score, 35-7. The visitors from Glacier Peak have the lead. We'll take another break. Back after this on STSPN.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Back here on STSPN, Amp and Coach Hannan as Glacier Peak getting it done on the road, 35-7. I was mistaken though. I called Watkins. I expected the tight end, but they got the big Studley receiver Claps involved. But either way, it's still a 35-7 lead for the visitors from Glacier Peak.
Wow. Wow.
And Woodenville, big hole to climb out of on their own home field. They'll give on the,
a little trickery
on the reverse, or they'll fake it on the reverse. And all of that for not a whole lot. They'll get it out to the 24.
You know, I got to tell you, I like that little call, though. I mean, that was a good fake.
Yeah.
It caught the camera guy.
Yeah.
Woodenville's been known to do that. That's something they have in their arsenal that they practice, and they are good at it. You're right. Glacier Peak looked like they were ready for it. Their kids were able to make a play. But this Woodenville team and this Woodenville program is a very proud program, a very successful program. I have no doubt they're going to come out here and fight and scrap to the end of this thing.
Worth noting, we've talked about it in the breaks. I don't know if we've talked about it much on the air. Glacier Peak able to take care of business with some very important pieces on the bench.
Which makes you wonder how good they could actually be.
Dumped off, and a big gain.
Big hit, too.
I feel like they actually hit the tailback on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, out in the flat. Yep, and off he went. Yep.
But the two players we're talking about specifically, the 270-pound lineman Austin Emmons not in this game, and Cooper Jensen, the world-beating wide receiver. Straight drop. Picked off King, and this is going to be another foot race. To the outside, to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, and put the bow on it, Coach.
Yeah, you could see that coming right from the start. Glacier Peak's got 5 defensive backs just reading the quarterback's eyes, and there's 3 white shirts around that ball, and that quarterback released it, and it was just like, this is not going to work out well for the guys in green.
King with the pick 6. Have not had many of those in my broadcast career, and it is 41-7. Extra point pending with just over 10 to go.
Look at that scoreboard. Look at the numbers on that scoreboard. I can guarantee you Woodenville has not had this happen to them in probably a decade.
Yeah, I wish I had invested my $5 and picked up the program down there. I could have looked at the records.
Oh, you should have put it on your expense account.
I should have. I could send the bill to a number of folks here. Snap set, kick on the way. Into the night and good. New score 42-7. I think we're going to run out of commercials here. Back after this with the final 10 minutes on STSPN. Pop Keeney, 42-7, Glacier Peak all over Woodenville. This is just our first game of the week, first high school football game, as tomorrow night I'll be back on the call, Edmonds Woodway at Snohomish, back home in Snohomish County. And for those curious, the KRKO game, Marysville-Getchell, Marysville-Pilchuck. So we'll have a little bit of updates from that as well.
That should be a good game, too. I'm anxious to see what Marysville is going to do, because they're ranked pretty high on 3A. I think they're like number 7 or something.
Yeah.
Haven't done my preparation for that one. I apologize, but just wanted to get the plugs into the games you can see and hear tomorrow. Toe meets leather, line drive laser beam, and it goes slowly and softly into the end zone for a touchback. Well, Coach, if you're Woodenville on this one, how much are you trying to step on the gas, or how much are you trying to get out of this without kids getting hurt?
Yeah, I think that's a good question right now. This game, score-wise, it really is over. So now how many seniors do I have, like you said, that have put so much into the program and worked hard and haven't had a chance to play? You got to think Glacier Peak's going to start doing the same thing. But we'll see. But sometimes coaches are thinking, I have got to get something positive out of this drive. So let's get our best dudes out there and feel a little bit better about ourselves, too.
Connor Mayer out there on the defensive line for GP. Flat front for the Falcons. Drop that one off. Nearly intercepted again. That is trouble for the Falcons.
Ricocheted off a helmet and went right toward a Grizzly. He just wasn't looking for the ball. That could have been another, my goodness, moment for Glacier Peak.
Grayson LaFleur, tight end, or actually offensive line or outside linebacker. I'll get it right in a minute. Out there for GP. I'll recognize the seniors and reserves coming in for Woodenville the moment I can read the numbers.
And that won't be tonight.
Ooh, had it right, dropped in, and I think it hit the knee of the intended receiver, and then he gets taken to the ground for his trouble.
And this is what happens when things aren't going well. You get your quarterback back there. He hits his back foot. He puts a strike on a receiver that's open. The receiver just drops it.
Tyler Kinney checks in for GP. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, sorry, wrong color of number. Reggie Valmonte in on the defensive side. I thought it was the stud running back. Running for his life out there. Quarterback drops it off, and
I don't think he caught that ball, did he? They're saying he did.
I thought he caught it, but he put his hand down and maybe his knee as well.
Must have been a knee, huh?
I think the he in question, Isaac Wheaton.
And I believe that was 4th down. That snuck up on us, fellas.
Yes, it did. And not a whole lot of time bleeding off the clock either.
They're out throwing the ball now.
So what do you do here, Coach? When you're Glacier Peak, right? You got almost 10 minutes left, and the question is, when do you kind of like start pulling back? Because, it's really in that gray area. You don't want to let them have a bunch of scoring on them, even though they probably can't win it. You don't want to have a bunch of scores on them.
Yeah, right at this moment, what you do as a coach a lot of times is who are our seniors that can play. Sometimes you get seniors that want to come out and be a part of the program, but they're not real players. And sometimes you have seniors that can play the game. They're just not as good as maybe a junior that's in front of them. This is the time those kids could get real good and important reps just for them and their lives and their future, memories for them that they'll hold forever. They're at Pop Kinney Stadium under the lights, and they get to get out and play. I hope that's how Glacier Peak plays it.
Well, not quite yet, but maybe as we get further into this drive. Starters are still out there for the Grizz. 9 minutes to go. 42-7, GP. Motion. Looks like a tight end either side. Snap and a give.
How many times have we seen that play tonight?
Lechner, and he is bowed up around the 30, and I think he'll get the 28. Nope, they're going to give him the far edge of the 30. 8:48 to go.
Boy, they're trying to knock that ball loose.
Yeah, I mean, that's, they're trying to make something happen, but we just said that was a great defensive play by Woodenville. It's 4 yards. I mean, it's so frustrating.
That tells you something right there. Looks like Logan Sarzak out in this game as well. Pads are off, and he's in kind of jogging gear. He was announced as a starter. Snap and a give. Big hole, spin move for King. Gets to the next level, and it's a first down out across the 45.
I think I might have seen a flag thrown on the far side there.
I'm looking. I didn't see it.
Something's going on over there.
Well, if there was a flag, it would be a hold. Officials are talking.
Man, you hold your breath as a coaching staff.
And it is. It's probably a hold, but it's coming back.
You got your running back out there, your star running back. You're up by 6 touchdowns, and you just hold your breath every time the kid gets tackled, right? How long? I don't think Coach Keck is going to have those guys out there for much longer.
I thought that was actually the second
Is it? Okay.
The second tier running back, who's also had himself a fantastic game in King.
He looked good right there on that run.
Receiver to the near side, Jack Fullerton. I don't know that he started. 1-by-2 set, left to right they go. Bleeding down the play clock, it's at 12. 42-7. Snap and a play fake. Pressure backs. Oh, he felt it, and he will scamper around the edge. Slide down, big fella.
Yeah.
He kind of flopped down, but it was still a good play for River Lean. And when I say big fella, he is a 205-pound quarterback.
And again, right, that's your starting quarterback out in the game.
When's the last time Glacier Peak had a 205-pound starter quarterback?
It was that Becerra kid.
Oh, my.
Yeah, Chris was a pretty
He
good
was a
size.
lineman. I mean, are you kidding me?
That could really throw the thing. Yeah, he was a big kid.
Shades of Jared Lorenzen. 42-7. Clock continues to bleed. They'll reset it, and there's a snap and a give. And big hole, massive hole. King just shedding blockers and tacklers, and out across the 40. Call it the 37.
And here comes number 20, and he looks like maybe he's one of those guys that's getting a chance to play now.
He is a junior running back, Matt Lilich.
All right, now we're talking.
Still have the starting receivers out there in Olson, Claps, and Jack Fullerton.
Yeah, that's because they haven't caught anything tonight. They haven't had the ball thrown at them.
That was a beautiful counter tray that Glacier Peak just ran. Just beautiful.
Under 7, snap and a give. Lilich hits the hole hard and bangs his way forward for a gain of a couple.
And the Glacier Peak sideline's excited for him.
Did you feel the stands moving the last touchdown?
I didn't know.
Oh, the whole thing was.
I don't like the sound of that.
I'm sure the construction's solid here at Pop Keeney Stadium.
Is this a beautiful place to play a high school football game?
It is a freaking palace.
Wow.
This is incredible.
Yeah, I get to play here every Friday night.
I was about to say, there are 4 teams that get to share this palatial confines.
Yeah.
Kings to the left, receiver that way, and 2 to the near side. Snap and a give. They're going to go off of it. Runs into his own blocker, and Lilich will not get anything off of that. I think, is that a 51 possibly? I am going to take a stab and say Trenton Dinger blew that play up.
I don't know how you could even guess those numbers.
Years of experience.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think that was Trenton Dinger. He actually backed up the blocker, who I think was Luke Owen, and just backpedaled him into the running back's lane.
There you go.
Nowhere to go. Good job blowing up that play. 3rd and 11. Straight drop. Looking for more. Oh, my goodness. What a grab. What a score. GP with Jack Fullerton. Give him 6.
Yeah, so you can feel it move. You see, you're standing. You can't feel
just
it.
Just a little bit. I can feel just a little bit of movement in these stands. Glacier Peak traveled well, and they might wind up taking the scoreboard with them.
Yeah, you know, and there's different philosophies and thoughts on this. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of points, and I think you start thinking about how many do you need, and
well, we're a running clock now.
Oh, yes. I forgot the
running clock on Woodenville.
The mercy rule in effect.
I guarantee you they have not seen that. And there's the extra point is good. Woodenville has not had this happen to them in well over a decade.
Let's keep it here if that's okay.
We will.
Because I wanted to talk about the scoring, because 49-7, yes, it's a whipping, but Glacier Peak hung 50 on someone, I think it was last week, and GP in the short season earlier this year, or technically last year, 35-7, 35-10, 40-6, 63-21, and then they gave up 63 to Lake Stevens in the final game of the regular season. GP, as we look ahead, they'll host Marysville Pilchuck next week. They will expect to host Lake Stevens in Week 9, and then the Quad District Playoff game, Week 10, the day before my birthday, November the 5th. So a lot in front of GP, and again, they scored 63 last year, and then they gave up 63 the next week.
I think we're missing a game.
I just did 4, 9, and 10. So.
Yeah, I think. No, I'm not talking about away games. I'm talking at home games.
Oh. I was just showcasing some of the spotlight games.
Oh yeah,
so.
No, North Creek is the reason. I think they've got North Creek, and they're not a bad team.
No. North Creek is not a bad team.
And we were remarking in the break about one of their big linemen leaning on one of the posts over here.
Yeah.
He is a road grader. Put him in a matchup against a Ford or Chevy truck, I don't know. I might lay a few bucks on the lineman. 49-7 as we get back underway here. 5:26 left. There's the reverse. They'll actually go with it this time. Defenders got lost. Got to turn the corner. 25 and squirts free across the 30. No quit in this Woodenville squad.
Yeah, and I think that, we talked about that
It's
earlier.
running
Clock. Yeah, and Woodenville, again, they're a program that's had a ton of success in the state. They've always got a good group of kids. Their coaches do a fantastic job of coaching, motivation, and schematics, and all of it. And they're going to come out, they're going to execute their offense until the end of this thing. And these are lessons for those kids on that Woodenville team. They're important lessons to learn, and come back next week and work this whole week to improve and not let this happen again next week.
We have to think about our adrenaline fundraising player of the game.
There are a lot of choices. High snap, gets it out of his face mask and puts it into the running back's belly for a gain of a couple. But yes, there are a lot of contenders for that player of the game honor.
God, I'd love to give it just to the 5 guys up front. Those 5 stars, they just dominated this game. Of course, the Lechner kid had a ton of yards. He's probably an obvious choice, but good heavens did they do a great job up front.
Just plowing the road. 4 minutes, and the clock runs. Snap give right side and dragged down. I think that was a new player into the ball game. It was Carlos Miramontes.
And I believe it's Nick Hensley now is taking over the offensive line duties there at Glacier Peak. I believe that's an offensive lineman that played for us years and years ago. Was a great football player and now a great coach.
More subs flowing in for GP.
He's still Nick Hensley.
I know what you're saying.
I'm going to leave that one there. Ryan Valmonte in. A late sub coming in. That is Bradley Pearman, the sophomore. And a running play starts left, goes right, goes along the right hash, and picks up a couple more. 3:12, and this mercy rule clock running.
It goes fast once that thing keeps rolling, doesn't it?
I've seen a few, more than a few games in my tenure on the giving and receiving ends of the mercy rule.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. This is not something that happens to Woodenville often, and I don't expect it to happen much more this season.
No, I don't know. This will not happen probably for another 10 years at Woodenville.
Punt and time for the Falcons.
Okay. Look at
GP running around like crazy.
They got extra guys out. They said they got them off just in the nick of time.
And that one hit the side of his foot.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
That one, I think, stoinked off the ankle of a Falcons jammer.
And, in Woodinville just decides to play it, traditional, punt the ball out of there. It's 4th down and 5, and one way or the other is not going to make any difference in this game.
49-7 as the clock bleeds down to around 2 minutes to play. And a lot of options for that player of the game honor. I mean,
it looks like Rory Rosenbaum's watching the game or listening to us. He just said, say hi to Elvig for me.
Yeah, the riverboat gambler.
Yeah.
Never met a 4th down he doesn't like.
And timeout taken. I guess we need to take a timeout ourselves. Not everybody's clearing the field, but we'll take a quick timeout. Final stoppage, if you will. 49-7, Woodinville trails GP on STSPN. Back here on STSPN, 49-7, Glacier Peak on top, late stages, 4th quarter.
Yeah, and this looks like a team right now that can go deep into the playoffs. Maybe that's why Coach Rowe is watching them here in case they run up against them somewhere while he's down in Union.
1-by-2, pistol set, snap and a give. New tailback out there, and he'll hit the hole hard. That's Crispin Bonche.
Oh, that kid right there, I talked to Coach Keck about that preseason. He said that guy is an up-and-comer. He said he is so fast that when he gets open grass, he is gone.
That looked explosive right there, didn't it?
Sophomore, 5'10", $155.
He's your third team tailback.
Third team or fourth team?
Maybe, yeah, right?
I'm trying to think if we saw a sub before him.
Good. Oh, we did, I think. Yeah, number 20, right?
I think so. Snap and a give, and Bonche follows his blockers and gets a first down. Look at that. Minute 15 left. We might get 2 plays in if they hurry.
And
yeah, you're right. It was Lilich that got in, and then Bonche.
So fourth string tailback, and he looks pretty darn good.
You're going to get him for 2 more years. Slot receiver in this one, Evan Hendricks for Glacier Peak. And for the Woodenville fans, I apologize. I've just about given up on the numbers.
Yeah.
Snap and a give Bonche. He found some green grass and woo!
Yeah.
Cleaning that one up. A couple of Woodenville guys said, you go high, I'll go low.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about this, but Woodenville, those kids are going to play to the end regardless of the score, because that's what their program's about.
Bonche checks out, 30 seconds left. I didn't mention that Koffler's been the quarterback for the last 2 plays. They do have to snap it one more time with 15 on the play clock. Koffler from the pistol.
Grab the shirt.
Snap and a give, right side. Churning and yearning and burning, and that will put this one to bed. That was that 35 on the carry?
Wow.
Either way, it is over.
Wow.
2-1, and it's done. Glacier Peak has come into Pop Keeney and popped them in the mouth. Final score is 49-7. Again, 49-7, the final score. Glacier Peak paying it off with a Spencer Daunt run. Coach, I don't think we're speechless, but we're pretty impressed.
Yeah, and this game, you could tell at the end, the Glacier Peak kids were so excited to win this game, and the Glacier Peak coaches are all hugging each other like this was the Super Bowl. You could tell all week they have been talking about Wesco versus a big-time Kinko school. And Woodenville, make no mistake, is a big-time Kinko school, and this was a statement game from Monday until today. And it culminated for exactly the way Glacier Peak wanted it to, and they are in and enjoying. I mean, look at this. Look at the Glacier Peak kids. This game means an incredible amount to these guys.
And speaking of it meaning an incredible amount to the whole team, we need to give out an honor that means a whole lot to a specific player, the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. Coach Hannan, you made a very impassioned plea for the entire offensive line, and they're all deserving. The defensive line, I mean, we had a defensive lineman one-hand intercept a bullet pass, but there were so many choices, but we can only award one, and I think that the clear choice is Lechner, the running back.
Agreed. It's a fantastic game for him. Hey, wait a minute. They're doing my chant? This should have gone with me when I left. What's going on down there?
Coach Steve Hannan, the former defensive coordinator for GP. So he didn't get to pack it with him and take it with him.
Actually, I love that. That means a lot to me that they're still using that at Glacier Peak. I've been gone for, I don't know how many years I've been gone now. It must be 6 years or something.
Now, was that the I believe that we will win? Is that what they were doing?
No, that's a different one. This is a chant that I used to say to the kids.
Trey Lechner on your screen, the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. Didn't have the full stat line, but I would say he's over 200 yards. And just a fantastic game by that young man and by the entire team. the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. And our thanks to Adrenaline Fundraising. They can supercharge and provide that adrenaline for your school, your sports team, or I believe they can even help churches and other nonprofits as well. Adrenaline Fundraising. I'm getting the wrap it up sign. Coach, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Thanks for inviting me.
And thanks for being a part of these proceedings. I believe you'll be busy tomorrow night. Otherwise, I'd ask you to join me again. 49-0, Glacier Peak wins at Woodenville. For Coach Hannan and for the entire crew here of STSPN, I'm Amp Harrell saying so long from Pop Keeney Stadium.